Is today the day? Keep watching. We'll find out.
Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design.
If you watched the previous video, you know that the battery arrived for the Fortus 400mc, the backup battery. And I have it connected to the printer and plugged in. It turned on all the electric for the machine, and it was charging the battery. It was at 86% charge when I connected it. Now, it went up, I let it run for about an hour roughly, went up to 94% charge, and I thought, that's good enough. It's charging, let's leave it at that. And so then I turned everything off. Now, earlier, when I came out to look at the battery, let me show you what I did. I wanted to check and see if the battery still had the charge of 94%. So I came down here, and the battery's not plugged in. Let me move this light out of the way here so it'll give us some light but not be glaring at us. Okay, so it's not plugged in, it's not turned on. All I did was hit the on-off button. The battery came up, and it says 86% charge there. Now I have a big question. What the heck does that mean? Why did it get to 94% charge yesterday, and now today it's back down to 86, where it was when I first turned the machine on and hooked up the battery? So I don't really know. I don't know if that's a problem. I don't know if it's not holding a charge. Although, why would it stop at 86% if it was not holding a charge? You'd think it would go down until it was dead. So, have to call, maybe call Eaton and ask them, see if I can get some questions answered. In the meantime, let me show you what I want to do today. What I want to do is turn the printer on, turn on the electric, of course, the three-phase, get everything going, and the battery is in the loop. Now, these extension cords, what happens is inside the machine, there's a couple of cords. You see a couple of power cords. There's one right here that's not plugged into anything at the moment, and then there's the other one next to it that's plugged into the wire that goes along up and through to the machine. Now, those power cables come out on the other side over there on that PC board, back there, and they plug into the PC board. There's connectors on it. Okay, so the battery does not directly connect to the computer. It goes up to the PC board up there, and then the computer also connects to the PC board. Its power cable, which is right down here, it comes up and it goes over in this harness, and it plugs in up there also. So what I want to do is turn it on like I had yesterday, and I have the power cables plugged into the back of the backup battery to the UPS unit. And what I want to do is check the output voltage here at the end of this extension cord and make sure that it's 230 volts before I plug it into the other one and give it access to the computer. So we're going to try that. I want to see what it is. Now also, you see this little network cable, this little white wire running here onto the floor, and then it goes into the black one there. That's just an extension cable so that I can get it plugged in back down here at the back of the machine, at the back of the battery, I mean, so that the battery can talk to the computer. Because once the battery knows that everything is okay in the system, it will turn on the computer. It will tell the computer to boot up. That's why that network cable that communicates with the machine. When there's a power outage and the battery senses a power outage, it gives it a signal to shut down the system, cool down and shut down the system. So that's what that little communication cable is for. All right, so let's go ahead. I'll put this treble light down, and then let's go ahead and do the boot up process. Okay, start the phase converter. Flip the circuit breaker. That breaker is really stiff. Okay, the transformer's running. I can feel it. Now we'll go back here, flip the circuit breaker. Flip the circuit breaker here. Turn on the little switch to provide electricity to the battery. And let's go take a look at the battery. Okay, now the battery is up and going again. See, we're right back to the 86% that we had last video. So, what I want to do is let's check this power. And then let's see if we have 230 volts. Okay, so we set it to volts. We set it to AC. Is that on AC? Yes, it is. Okay. So let's put that there. Let's see if we can get these in here. And why does it say 49 volts? That's not right. Should be 230 volts. Okay, now what does that mean? I wonder if some of these outlets, well, we were able to select the output voltage, which we did yesterday when we fired up the battery for the first time. Now, I also noticed that when I started it up today, it didn't request that information again. It didn't request, what the voltage should be set at, and it didn't request the language. So it must save those settings in the battery. Now that also makes me think that this battery may have never been used, because once it's used, I'm thinking it would have that information in it. Now, I don't know what these where's the treble light? You see back here, the white outlets on the right, you see there it says group 1, and below there it says group 2. You can control those to be on or off. Right now they're off. So I'm plugged into the outlets along the side of it here. So let me get my voltmeter and we'll stick the probes in some of these sockets here and see if we get anything different, because I'm coming from the one in the top. And let's see what we get here. Let me move some stuff around, pull these out of here. Come on. All right, get this guy over here, make sure we're correct with the AC voltage, not DC. Yep, we're right. Okay. So let's see if I can hold the camera and do this at the same time. All right, let's get one in here. And get one in here. Now it's saying AC 13 volts. Try the next one down the line. Try the next one. 50 volts. Try the next one down the line. 50 volts. These are all saying 50 volts. That's strange. I don't think that's going to be enough to fire up that computer, because that computer should be getting 230 volts. So I have another issue. What that is, I don't know. All right. Just getting started for the day, and already we have a rain delay. Hate that stuff. Been reading through the user's manual for the UPS backup battery and learned some things there. The battery is supposed to be charged at least once every 6 months for 24 hours. So I have to let the machine on. Of course, it's not really on, it's just providing power through the machine to the battery. So let the three-phase run and charge this battery for 24 hours. If you don't charge it every 6 months, they said you could damage, do permanent damage to the batteries. They're just simple lead acid batteries, nothing fancy. I'm going to let it run for 24 hours, and tomorrow we'll check it again and see if it's holding the charge and if it looks better. Now, I also read that the very first time you boot up the battery, you turn on the battery to use it, it gives you the option to select the language and to select the output voltage, which is what I did yesterday. Okay? That tells me this battery has never been used. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it at all. So that's a good thing. It's basically a new battery. Just don't know at this point whether the battery cells are going to be functional or if I need to replace those. And that's not a big deal. You can get those things. So anyway, that's where we are. We're just waiting for tomorrow. About 22 hours and 15 minutes from now to check the battery and see if it's charged up to 100% and if the other indicator lights have come on. Okay, anyway, this will continue, I guarantee it.
I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.